yesterday I was so tired. Just as soon as we got back to the hotel, I just literally knocked off. Obviously it's due to the travelling and lack of sleep from the day before and all the walking as well. So today, nice early start. As you can see behind me, it snowed quite heavily overnight and in the morning. And it actually makes the place look more magical. I don't know how much it's going to affect the plans today, but we'll see. But first and foremost, let's get some breakfast. Okay, so we have here some Turkish prep, which is filled with cheese and potato, some cheesy rolls, some wedges, a bit of cheese and dips. So yeah, all accompanied with freshly squeezed orange juice. Okay, so it snows quite bad obviously, and the snow did actually settle in a lot of places. The main plan for today will be to visit one of the underground cities. That's one of the main attractions of coming to Cappadocia. I think there's 4 different underground cities, or at least 4 anyway. So might look for a taxi to get there. Yeah, there ain't gonna be much of a form of travel. Didn't really want to go part of an organised travel. I like being independent and arranging things ourselves. So yeah, gonna look for a taxi now and then make our way over there.
A few moments later.
We found one taxi driver. He said the meter probably charge you about 300 or 400 Turkish lira for going and coming back, so the return will be about 400. He said he'll sort us out an offer for 300, and basically we get to go on a tour to a few different sites, including Mackley and stuff like that. So took him up on that option. Yeah, and he said he'll do it for 280, and he waits for us at the location as well. A lot of the tours are normally around about £30 per person, so in essence we're paying half amount of money for the 2 people for like a private transportation to the different locations. Mackley underground city. This is one of the 2 most famous ones. The other one's called, I think, Dane Guru, and this one's actually the wider one, and the other one's the deeper one. However, this one still has 5 floors, 5 stories, and I think it takes around about 45 minutes to an hour to fully explore it. It's breathtaking. Never experienced nothing like this before. People obviously used to live under here, so a lot of the rooms are signposted, like storage rooms, living rooms. There's a church, there's an altar, there's living quarters, and a whole lot more. So definitely a thing to check out. Very intriguing to see how people lived a long time ago. There was actually nothing here, and these voices came from there. Ooh. It's quite deep now underground, and if you're claustrophobic, I wouldn't suggest you come down here. Some of the passages and tunnels are really narrow. You really have to kind of squeeze down low and kind of scurry through them. The entrance of this, because I didn't mention it before, is 42 lira per person. I heard a couple of years ago it used to be 15, so when I was doing some research online, it said it was 15 lira per person, but that's obviously gone up, so just bear that in mind. So that's the tour complete. Yeah, was impressed with that, to be honest. So gotta go look for the taxi driver now and see what the next destination is. So leaving it all in his capable hands to take us around. Yeah, started snowing again. I hope that doesn't ruin any of the outdoor attractions, but there's only one way to find out, so let's go.
I thought that I've been hurt before, but nothing has ever left me quite this hurt. Yeah, yeah. It's gotten deep inside my heart. Yeah, yeah. But I put my trust in Allah, I feel alive. I could trust and faith in Allah every day and night till the day I die. And I pray that you make it stronger before I be gone. Ya Rabbi, without you I can't breathe. That's why I'm falling down to my knees. I'm begging but I don't need to worry. I know you grant my wishes. I can do it all by myself. I'm begging you to come help. Robbie, a boy without your mercy will be needing stitches. Ya Rab, I got myself to blame, 'cause my past decision got me into pain.
So this is the Pigeon Valley. Unfortunately, a lot of it, the caves and stuff, are covered with snow. But as you can see, the pigeons are still coming out and about, and it's a great spectacle when you see them flying. As you can see, and they all go in synchronization as well. They all fly together. But yeah, you know, I'm sure on a clear day, it's a great place to make some videos and take some photos. Unfortunately, not a lot to do whilst it's all covered in snow, but you know, it's definitely one of the visiting places. Lunchtime now, finished all the tours and that kind of stuff, so it's time now to have a quick spot of lunch, maybe some coffee or tea before planning maybe the rest of the evening. Like I said, because it's winter and it's pretty much snowed in, there's not going to be a lot of activities or excursions that we can do, but there are a whole array of things that you can do probably in the summer or in other seasons, such as quad biking, going on a jeep safari, as well as loads of other outdoor attractions as well. The hot air balloon, obviously, like I said yesterday, has been cancelled for today, but that's another option which you can do. So yeah, might try squeezing it in the morning tomorrow, but it's probably going to be doubtful yet again. And today's the last full day here, and tomorrow afternoon time we're going to be traveling to Istanbul. So yeah, hope you're enjoying the video. Was really feeling really nice. In case you're wondering for the prices, the cheese and meatball toasty was 25 Turkish lira, and the beef sandwich baguette was 20 Turkish lira, and fries were 20 lira as well. So it's quite reasonable for the touristic area that we're in. Just to top it off now, we're going to have an authentic Turkish drink called sakhalep. It's like a milky drink which is kind of topped off with cinnamon and pistachio. It looks very nice, so I've got it here now. Wow, that's good. Really creamy and quite sweet as well. And that's 15 Turkish lira, which is just over £2, so very good value for money, and it's very nice as well. So if you're in Turkey, try this, check it out if you like trying things that are new, and if you're into hot drinks anyway, so this is the thing to try. Sunset, just walking down to the masjid now, not very far, just a few minute walk. Looking forward to this actually. So not been inside the masjid yet, only arrived here yesterday. It is a very short trip, just a 2-day trip here in Cappadocia. Ooh, get the hiccups. Yeah, so looking forward to see what the masjid looks like from inside around here. I came to Istanbul about 6.5 years ago, and all the masjids there were amazing. Obviously on a much grand scale to here. Here obviously the masjids are going to be a lot more smaller. I did walk past a few really small ancient masjids yesterday when I was walking around. A lot of them seem to be closed, so these masjids all look newly erected. But yeah, it's going to be prayer time now, so let's check it out.
We have to turn to you to pray our salam for you, Allah. You have given this house to us.
As you can see, it was a nice little masjid. This one was constructed in 1959, so not extremely old, but yeah, it's got a nice kind of traditional feeling to it, with all like the Islamic kind of calligraphy and the paintwork and the art, which is very well renowned inside Turkey, with a lot of the paintings and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm very much now looking forward to going to Istanbul, because some of the masjids and the mosques there are extraordinary. They're sublime. So if you really do want to check that kind of stuff out, even for non-Muslims, you are allowed to go inside the masjids and you are allowed to see them.
When we turn and pray, this is the way. This Kaaba was made for us, and now I'm standing at your door.
This is going to be a summary video as it's a last full day in Cappadocia. So I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I've experienced whilst being here. So firstly, we'll talk about the hotel. The hotel cost was 45 euros per night, and that includes breakfast. I must say the breakfast wasn't overwhelming. However, included in that price for the spectacular views that you get and the experience of staying in a cave is an absolute bargain. In the winter seasons, I am presuming that a lot of them are empty, so there's a lot of availability. However, in the summer, I'm guessing due to the high amount of tourists, that most of the hotels will probably end up getting fully booked, and the prices should probably increase as well. So if you are coming in the colder months, there may be a possibility that you might be able to turn up at hotels and maybe also barter on the price for them as well. The hotel that we stayed at was in Goreme. I hope that I pronounced that properly, and it was called the Village Cave Hotel. There'll be a link in the description below where I booked it through booking.com, and if you use my link, you'll be able to get a percentage off your bookings, or if you book through that. Secondly, we'll talk about the food. What I did like about the food is everything is made fresh here. It's not like some restaurants where the food is like pre-made and then the reheated. Everything is made fresh, and I have not been disappointed by the food as well. There are a few different types of food that you can get. The food that I particularly liked was the Turkish pancake. It's like a flatbread filled with potato and cheese. I think it's called Goreme or something like that. Please forgive me if I've pronounced that wrong as well. The next thing, sightseeing. There's a lot of history surrounding the place. So there's a lot to see in regards to history if you like historical places, and sightseeing. A lot of natural beauty. A lot of the cave formations are the shape they are due to apparently a volcano erupting many, I think, thousands of years ago, and that's why we got these unique rock shapes and structures, and they are fascinating. So there's different types of rock formations, and a lot of it started to decay and form splendid shapes due to like the wind and the rain. And then also you've got the underground cities as well, which are visited today, which you would have seen earlier on in the video. And there's a lot of history behind that, which are thousands of years as well. And it's just fascinating how people actually used to live in the caves. So that is definitely a thing that I would recommend. The next thing we'll talk about is the excursions. So in regards to excursions, there are many of them to do. Things like safari jeep, so you can go in a big Land Rover and they'll take you through hills and the mountains and that kind of stuff. There's the obvious one, which is the hot air ballooning. There's like so many companies which offer that, but I think the rate is pretty much fixed. So you're going to be paying around about 130 euros per person for that ride, and I believe the baskets hold between 12 and 16 people. You may get smaller and you may get larger ones. In the summer it's bound to get packed out, and then in the winter you might be lucky enough to share the balloon with less people. However, in the winter there are higher chances of cancellations, like it did with us. If the winds reach a certain amount, they will get cancelled. You can rent bicycles or mountain biking if you like that kind of stuff. You can rent scooters, motorbikes, just an array of activities that you can actually do. There's horse riding as well. And lastly, I'll talk about the transportation. We got a shuttle bus from the airport to the hotel, and that's what the plan for going back is as well. And that is 50 liras per person one way. That's great value because apparently the taxi charges around about 300 to 400 liras, and it is all on a meter. However, you can probably bargain that to get a bit lower. I'm not sure if that is the actual fixed rate, but if it's not, then please leave your comments in the description below and let us know what your experiences have been of that, if you have visited, if that is the right prices or not. This channel is here for that purpose of sharing experiences with one another and helping each other out and giving the best tips and advice. There is a lot of places to exchange money, so please bring your money prior or exchange it in advance. And in regards to buses and that kind of stuff, there are buses available. That would be a cheaper option if you want to go from city to city, and it's around about 3 or 4 Turkish liras, which is absolutely nothing to transfer from city to city. And they are sporadic, around about every hour or every half an hour they leave from the set city, from the set bus point. That's my summary of my time in Cappadocia. Been here for 2 full days, and there will be a short part of the video tomorrow before leaving for Istanbul. I believe that you can fit everything in 3 to 4 days, and depending on the type of seasons, if you like the cold weather and the snow, coming in the winter is ideal, as you get to see the mountains and caves covered in snow. It has snowed whilst we've been here, however it will be just as magical in the summer.
Then I wrote this while the bee. Then I name wrote this while girl.